Hey everyone, Joe Welch is here with another RV tech tip video. Today, let's dive into the world of propane in your RV. We're tackling a common issue, propane lockout. What is it? How can you prevent it? And importantly, how do you fix this if it happens? Let's tackle this one together. Are you ready? Let's get started. So why does this happen? Well, it's all about safety and physics. Propane systems are smart. They're designed to shut down or lock out when they detect something not quite right in the system. This could be due to a variety of reasons like low pressure levels, malfunction in the regulator itself, or even extreme cold affecting the propane's ability to vaporize. Now let's talk about a different kind of propane lockout, the one that occurs right here at the tank. Propane can create some serious pressure, like 200 to 250 psi, and there's this thing called an excess flow valve right here at the tank, where you hook up the propane to the RV. Inside this valve is a little setup with a ball bearing and a spring designed to react if there's a sudden rush of propane, say from a leak, and this limits the flow of propane, and it's a safety feature, but it can cause a lockout right here at the tank. Fixing this type of lockout is all about managing pressure and temperature. First, ensure all your propane appliances are off. We don't want them calling for any propane. Then turn off your service valve, the knob right here at your tank, and wait for that satisfying ting sound. And then turn it back on. That ting is the sound of everything resetting at the valve and everything getting back to normal. So picture this. It's freezing outside, and your RV is trying to get cozy using propane. But oops, propane boils at a frosty minus 40 degrees. So when you're drawing a lot of propane, the tank starts looking like a winter wonderland with all that frost and ice building up around the tanks. Let's talk about ways to warm up your tanks to avoid lockup. First up, let's think insulation. Wrapping your propane tanks in insulation can actually make a huge difference. You could use insulation jackets that are specifically designed for propane tanks, or get inventive with materials like foam insulation or even thick blankets. But remember, the goal is just to keep the cold air out and the warmth in. Just be sure whatever you use is safe and doesn't trap moisture, because we're not trying to create a mini sauna for your propane tanks. Another neat trick is to strategically park your RV so that the tanks get some natural sunlight during the day. A little sunbathing for your RV can go a long way. A lot of RVs in the industry will have an automatic safety shutoff right at the tanks. So if there's a leak detected in the system, propane flow will be shut off right there, and a lot of coaches will have this installed from the factory. Airstreams typically won't have one of these gas stops installed, and we actually offer them here at Colonial, and a lot of our clients go with them. This operates where if, let's say your water heater was left on, you hit your battery disconnect, as soon as that water heater tries to kick on and starts to blow gas through the firmer, the gas stop's actually going to shut it off because it doesn't see the demand it's wanting, it doesn't see the consistency of it, and it's actually going to shut off at the tank and it's going to be resettable at the press of a button. This saves you, God forbid you have a terrible leak, as well as it'll lock out the system, which is what we're talking about in this episode. When it's chilly outside, propane struggles to convert from liquid to gas, which is what we need for our appliances to work smoothly. If the propane can't vaporize effectively, the pressure in the system will drop. Certain appliances in the system need a certain water column pressure in the LP system in order to operate. For example, your furnace in most of these coaches won't operate if there's at least 10.5 inches of pressure in that water column. So if your RV has a system installed like a gas stop and you have a leak, like it detects a drop and it thinks, uh-oh, something's off here or something's running, to prevent any potential hazards, it'll automatically shut the system off at the propane tanks. And that just about wraps up our talk on keeping your propane warm and avoiding lockout conditions in chilly temps. Remember, a little bit of preparation and some creative solutions can really make a big difference in your RV experience during those colder months. Now, before you go, do me a favor. If you found this video helpful, give it a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel and keeps me motivated to bring you more tips and tricks. And remember, next month, February 16th and 17th, Colonial is hosting its 3rd annual Next Adventure RV show. So mark your calendar, and I hope to see you all there. My name is Joe Welches, and I really can't wait to see you all again in the next Colonial Tech Tip video.